Happy holidays and welcome to Asian American Life. I'm Ernabel Demillo, and as you can see, I'm still hosting from home. Today we take a special look at Asian Americans in arts and entertainment from Broadway to Hollywood. How are these performers reinventing themselves? Plus inspiring stories that have come out of the pandemic. Now here's a look at what's ahead on our show. Let's stick together. Meet the women behind Sticky Locals. Keeping score, Asian Americans are breaking into Hollywood's film composing business. And rolling in the dough, meet this granny TikTok sensation. This and more on Asian American Life. If you're a fan of live theater, it's heartbreaking to see the theater still shuttered. COVID-19 has devastated the Broadway community. I spoke to 3 actors and writers to see how they're coping and pivoting during these challenging times. In March, I interviewed Angelo Soriano, who stars in Aladdin. We spoke at the New Amsterdam Theater to talk about life as an understudy and swing, an actor who has to be ready to play multiple roles.
I just have to be ready to go on at any moment's notice.
A few days after our interview, there were no more roles to prepare for.
Broadway has gone dark. As of last night, all performances have been canceled.
Recently, I took a walk along 44th Street, and this usually busy street with several theaters, including the Schubert and the Majestic, was like a ghost town, with signs telling the few passers-by the shows are closed until the middle of 2021. We met up again with Soriano, but this time on Zoom.
Hey, Angelo. How are you?
About great. I'm doing great here in New York City right now in my Midtown East apartment.
Soriano, who worked 8 shows a week for 5 years, ready to play 14 different roles, misses the stage, but he remains upbeat.
It's still insane waking up knowing that I don't have a show to go to tonight. But it is kind of exciting, taking this opportunity to expand in different other directions.
Like many of his fellow actors and those behind the scenes, Soriano has had to come up with creative ways to expend his energies and make money. Soriano was able to focus on his side hustle with another Aladdin cast member, a 3D printing business called 3D Red Shifters, creating drones, the perfect pivot during COVID.
We were able to design a micro drone that we can fly even indoors near people. And I've used that to expand my videography business because it gave us a way for me to be a remote videographer to whoever the subject is and whatever the subject is, and be able to get amazing footage from afar.
Also missing the stage is Christine Toy Johnson. In March, she was on tour with the national company of Come From Away.
Our sets and our costumes and everything are sitting in trucks waiting for us in Texas. We don't see going back very soon, but we will be back, and especially Come From Away, which is this incredible story of the healing power of compassion and generosity. I think will be a very welcomed story for people to see when we can all gather again in these large spaces.
That day, however, is still months away. In the meantime, Toy Johnson has kept herself busy writing plays and even winning a few awards.
I'm also a playwright, so I am happy to say that because of, I believe, because of the conversations that have been happening, I have found that more of my stories are being heard and uplifted than they were before.
The conversations she's referring to are the ones concerning diversity. With the spotlight on Black Lives Matter this summer, companies, media, and organizations were forced to take a look at their own biases. In June, 300 stage figures wrote a letter on the racial inequality of, quote, white American theater. In October, Asian American Performers Action Coalition, with the support from the American Theater Wing, released a report highlighting this lack of diversity. According to the study, during the 2017-18 season, 23% of roles went to Black actors, 6.9% to Asian American actors, with a fifth of the roles from one show, K-pop, and 6% to Latino actors. And just 20% of New York shows were created by people of color.
It reflects really that there remains to be a lack of parity across the industry.
While these numbers haven't really changed much in the last decade, Toy Johnson says she does feel like this time producers are listening. This summer, she's found more producers and investors willing to take a chance on stories told from a non-white lens. She also feels more empowered to tell her stories.
I write musicals too, as I said, so libretto lyrics, television pilots, plays. It's been a very fruitful time for me in that way. I think just because I feel a little freer to express myself, I think these conversations that we've been having have empowered a lot of us to just say, okay, I'm actually going to speak my truth and not apologize for it. Here it is.
Meanwhile, one woman who isn't afraid to speak her truth is Lourdes Lane. Her show, her passion project, Super You the Musical, was set to open at the Darryl Roth Theater this past May.
It was jarring, needless to say. We were looking forward to our big opening. We have a clear trajectory to get our show to Broadway, and we have a really emotional and invested Broadway team. And shutdown. It's horrifying, but we are Super You. And what does that mean? That means that our whole mission is to embrace the superhero within ourselves. I mean, that's what the whole show is about.
The show is about a comic book artist who learns to love herself with the help of her superhero creations who come to life. Lane, who is Filipina American, has been working on the show for years. We interviewed her 2 years ago about her Super You Foundation. 1 month from the day of their scheduled opening, they performed at a drive-in theater in Dutchess County.
Sometimes, if your show gets shut down because of a global pandemic, you have to do a socially distant show on pickup trucks at a drive-in.
During these times of the pandemic, we need to reshape, create, innovate. It's the time to figure out ways how to get your message out into the world in ways that you would never know. Like, who knew that we would be on pickup trucks, singing music that should have been in New York City theater.
Instead of standing ovations, they relished in the honking ovations. Along with the drive-in shows, Lane and the rest of the cast have released numerous videos on YouTube and social media. And the concept album, which the show is based on, is now available on Spotify.
The music is speaking about resilience. It's about finding your voice. It's about getting on the other side of grief. And all of that is so resonant right now. So we as a team feel inspired to get this story and this music and this message out into the world, because right now, more than ever, we need to dig deep and find that superhero within ourselves. Right now, more than ever, we need to remember that our voices matter.
I'm Ernabel Demillo for Asian American Life.
It's been a tough year for New York City's Chinatown, where more than half of the restaurants have closed since the beginning of the pandemic. But there are some good news. Ad hoc organizations driven by youth have come together to uplift a neighborhood rooted in community.
In the best of times and in the worst of times, New York City's Chinatown is an anchor for many in the Asian American community. For Sabrina Choke, it's home.
And I think it's a tight-knit community. You kind of see a lot of the people, they look out for you. They know your name, they watch you grow up. It's almost like having grandmas and grandpas down the street.
But tourists and visitors stopped coming when the anti-Asian rhetoric about COVID-19 started in the beginning of the year. Chinatown was a ghost town.
The streets were a lot more desolate. You didn't have the crowds anymore. These businesses that usually would be filled to the brim, lines and lines of people waiting for dim sum, all of a sudden, they're empty tables almost every single day. There's a lot less foot traffic. We don't see as many tourists coming into the area. And we know that for some establishments in Chinatown, tourists are a big part of the consumer base.
Sabrina and two of her friends at Harvard College pulled together $150 and launched Sticky Locals to elevate Chinatown institutions like Namwa Tea Parlor and Wing Hing.
We brought together students who knew how to design. We brought together businesses that didn't necessarily have an online presence, and we created these stickers that allowed anyone from all over the US to support these businesses from afar.
Sabrina says the response has been overwhelming. Their initial $150 startup costs has multiplied to almost $6,000.
People like putting stickers like on the street, like on street signs, like just on the walls, on their laptops, on their water bottles and everything. I think a sticker really represents like, oh, I believe in this brand. And so it's $5. You can put it anywhere. It looks really cool. And it's something that you don't have to invest a lot in to support.
Caitlin Lamb designed this mahjong sticker to promote Send Chinatown Love, a volunteer-run organization helping mom-and-pop shops.
These are the businesses that kind of really make up the fabric of Chinatown. A lot of these businesses wouldn't ordinarily have access to this kind of digital help because they don't have POS systems. They don't have an online platform that they can utilize outside from their physical shops. So our goal is to kind of be that for them.
Louise Palmer is one of dozens of volunteers running Send Chinatown Love. The group hosts food crawls to increase foot traffic and started a gift meal program for seniors. Sticky Locals now supports 9 charities and 10 businesses in Chinatown with orders for stickers from coast to coast.
If you can unite people under a common goal, it doesn't matter what geography is. Or where they live, you can really kind of bring people together and uplift the causes that you care about.
This montage from Send Chinatown Love sums up this global community's affection for Chinatown.
That video, I think, really just represents Chinatown as kind of like a hug. It represents, like, you know, all of your aunties and uncles and grandparents that may be living far away. And I think for a lot of us, it transports us to a place that reminds us of our families.
For more information, go to www.stickylocals.com and www.sendchinatownlove.com. For Asian American Life, this is Rayner Ramirez.
I'm Kyung Yoon. In recent years, we've seen an undeniable shift in Hollywood toward more Asian American representation in films and television. But what about the Asian American music creators who are scoring the films? I got some insights from my son, who's been composing music for film and television in Hollywood and exploring issues of diversity in the industry. It all started with this movie for composer Matthew Wong.
When I saw Pirates of the Caribbean and heard Hans Zimmer's score for it and that main theme, that was like one of the first things I remember, just wanting to learn how to play that on violin. And really got me excited about music.
Matthew went on to intern for Hans Zimmer while he was an undergraduate studying music at NYU, which opened doors to hands-on opportunities.
A teacher had recommended me for a show without me knowing, actually, and then through that recommendation and, you know, just through a lot of writing over a whole weekend and sending off some music for a pitch, I ended up getting to write music for a Netflix kids show called Brainchild. that was executive produced by Pharrell Williams, and that was the first project I ever got to work on.
After graduating in 2018, Matthew headed to Los Angeles to pursue his dreams of composing music full-time for film and television. He soon began working with the acclaimed composer Craig Wedren.
With Craig, I've been doing music for a show called Glow on Netflix. There's a show called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on NBC. One called New Amsterdam, also NBC. And yeah, it's been great having such an awesome mentor, and I think that's been a huge part of my journey.
But the journey hasn't included meeting many composers or mentors who look like him. Even as Hollywood embraces more diversity in front of the camera, it hasn't extended it to include composers of color. Blockbuster films like Crazy Rich Asians and Black Panther, which trumpeted diverse representation, were all scored by white composers.
It's great to see diversity in the media space on camera, I think, and that's a big distinction. But I think a big thing is to make sure that you're not just looking at the cast, because behind the scenes, there's a bunch of people in the post-production world, and self-included. I think there still needs to be a lot of progress in that, behind the camera world for Asians to get more representation in Hollywood and outside of Hollywood.
And more representation means a better product, according to director Joseph Jun, who tapped Matthew to score his acclaimed documentary Geronimo, which tells the little-known story of the Korean diaspora in Cuba, and particularly an unsung hero, Geronimo Lim.
It made all the differences working with a composer like Matthew, because not only did he perform at the highest level in terms of musical and technical skills, but moreover there is a shared identity, a shared experience and cultural background as Korean American or Asian American.
Welcome to Composer Talk. I'm your host, Matthew Wong.
This year, Matthew launched a podcast in which he interviews fellow music creators who score films, television shows, and games. He's profiled some of the most accomplished composers in the industry and makes a special effort to include women composers and musicians of color.
I think it's interesting to talk to people and realize that everyone has a different way in and that there's a lot of commonalities. But the big thing for me too is just trying to figure out who the person is and to learn about their work habits and to learn about how they approach problems, like whether early on in their lives or currently. The way you approach your problem solving is the way you approach music too, because what we do is a lot of problem solving with notes.
In Los Angeles, organizations like the Composers Diversity Collective are building community to help diverse musical creators raise their visibility and support through networking, education, and mentorship.
It does take such a conscious effort for the bar to be raised and for these voices to get recognized and to get that opportunity, because the truth is, if the industry has been traditionally mostly white and male, then it's really easy to work with your friends, and I think it is an amazing thing to work with people that you know and that you like. But we do need to make more space so that people can get into that environment, and then we can get even more unique stories that just raise the bar for Hollywood and for storytelling. And we're already seeing it, and I think it's a beautiful time right now. But we just got to keep up with the fight and keep making our voices heard, and just let everyone know that we're out here and that we are ready.
Kyung Yoon, Asian American Life.
I'm Minnie Roh. Cooking with Linja is the hottest new sensation to hit social media post-pandemic. This Japanese-American grandma with her fast-paced, highly entertaining cooking videos has captured the hearts of millions. And no one is more surprised about her fame than she is.
We're making butter paneer. Start by dribbling and slicing our onions.
There's no doubt that the star of Cooking with Linja is Lynn Davis. Her raspy voice,
Stuff them under the surface so you get that lava filling.
and her playful, oftentimes quirky sense of humor has propelled this New Jersey retired grandmother into social media stardom.
Man, this mint one's good. Linja, don't leave me. Taking me with you. I really enjoy making these videos, so I'm all excited.
Cooking with Linja first began posting videos right after the pandemic struck. 9 months later, by December, she is raking in the views with nearly 3 million followers on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube combined.
I thought I would be the worst at this. And I think Tim and I have looked back at some of the first videos and we go, wow, I was so nervous. World famous, #1, show-stopping, extremely tantalizing, crunchy, crispy, saucy, mouth-watering buffalo chicken wings.
In the beginning, her posts were more along the lines of what you would expect from a cooking video. But soon, they morphed into what you see today. And her followers can't seem to get enough of her, leaving comments like, "You're the coolest lady on TikTok," and "I wish this was my grandma."
I think people get better as they get older, so I'm perfectly happy being called a grandma. So,
And you are a grandma.
and I am a grandma, so.
Lynn says she never set out to become a social media star. She was happily retired after a long career at AT&T as an engineer. Every once in a while, she and her son Tim, a filmmaker, would shoot a video for a project that had been simmering on the back burner for years.
I was trying to leave something for my kids on some of their favorite recipes.
But when the pandemic struck, Tim's work dried up overnight. As a way to keep his producing skills sharp, he convinced his mom to shoot 30 videos in 30 days and then uploaded them to the internet.
So I knew she had the skill, I knew she had the personality, and it was actually me that wasn't as good enough at my part, right? So I had to get better at shooting and editing and everything.
At first, Tim said he tried to make everything perfect.
I tried to get these perfect shots of the food. I tried to make sure the B-roll was on point, the background was blurry, we had a low aperture, the lighting was on point and perfect.
But when their videos didn't gain much traction, he turned it around 180 degrees. Taking inspiration from his childhood watching YouTube, he kept each video to under a minute long, and he used a green screen that he credits with setting them apart from other TikTokers who primarily shoot and upload videos from their mobile devices.
I think I know better than anyone else when I'm making the videos. I never want them to be the same, at all.
Meanwhile, Lynn focused on perfecting the cooking.
The day before, I'll make it just to make sure that it's tasty and edible, because I don't want to be posting anything that's not good for people. So, Linja, you got this, cuz. Linja's got that dope.
Then, in July, their hard work paid off when one of their videos went viral.
He called me and he said, "Mom, it has 300,000 views." I said, "Tim, you're just pulling my leg. You're just teasing me." And he goes, "No, Mom, really. The bacon, egg, and cheese." I said, "Oh man, Tim, that's so easy. That's so simple. Who would watch this?" But then, we found, and Tim was absolutely right. The simpler, the better. I bet no art can match this.
These days, Cooking with Linja churns out new material every other day, and Lynn cooks everything from the simple hot dog
And I'm feeling a little crazy today, so I'm going to add some relish.
to the more elaborate sushi bites.
Salmon. You can also use chicken, steak, ground beef, or tofu.
All her videos are wildly popular. This one on how to spice up top ramen with a Thai kick garnered a whopping 9.5 million views. But contrary to popular belief that TikTok stars are raking in the dough, Tim and Lynn say not in their case.
So I see it as a long-term career instead of just a short, get the money and get out. Have her in stores everywhere. Household name.
I think I just heard your mom's like smirk in the background.
Oh, she doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe it. But that's what I see. Like, that's what I envision.
Until then, the duo say they plan to continue their videos, educating and entertaining viewers for the unforeseeable future. And to social media hopefuls waiting for their big break, a parting word of wisdom.
Your first idea is not going to be the idea. Production is more important than perfection. The more you produce, the closer you'll get to perfection. And my mom's telling me off camera right here, don't be afraid to make mistakes. She wants me to say it.
Cooking with Linja is very much a family production. Tim's dad also helps out behind the scenes as a production assistant. Even the name Linja has a family backstory. It's not because Lynn is Japanese, but because she has 4 children who used to refer to themselves as Lynn's Ninja Turtles, hence the name Linja. I'm Minnie Roh for Asian American Life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's it. That's our show for now. If you want to learn more about TikTok Granny and all our stories, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Asian American Life. I'm Ernabel Demillo. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time.